Hello, this is Mesh, and welcome to some gameplay of Planetarium 2 Zen Odyssey. So this isn't a review, this is just me playing it. I have played it a little bit. I just want to show you some features and what it's all about. So this game is coming out on the 2nd of January, I believe. I'm unsure of a price. There is a Planetarium, Zen Odyssey, the original, and that's on the Play Store on Android. That was free, but it did have in-app adverts. So being that they had adverts, I imagine maybe there's going to be a small price associated with this one, but I can't confirm it at all. What is this game about? According to Steam, Planetary 2 Zen Odyssey is a physics-based space simulator. Create, destroy, and interact on a scale you've never before imagined, and reveal the beauty of our universe. Zen Odyssey is a universe sandbox where you play and discover space and beyond. Okay, so let me show you what it's all about. So there are many different things in this game. So these are all the different simulations you can use. So there's quite a few solar system ones. So take this one for example. This is the basic one that we're on here. What we can do, we can pause time, play, fast forward, rewind, stuff, get a bit more information if you're not sure what's what, that is the sun and this is Earth. Quite useful if you're trying to explain or have educational reasons to get this game. You can also change the background, I believe, with this one here. So we can change the star map and the background, which is quite nice. It does look good. I think games like this where you have a couple of planets and a nice background, visually it always looks appealing. It's a nice looking thing to having planets spinning around like that, and background of good quality. So interesting components that we can do, things that we can do here. So we can get, say, Mars, and we can say move over here, Mars. We can speed it up, down, back. And we can see the trajectory that is taken by the associated line. And also increase the size. Oh no, that has added a black hole. We can increase the size, I think. Oh, yes, decrease it. Let's increase it. There we go. So Mars has grown exponentially. And probably the best feature of this mode, which is these features are in all modes, so we can do this across the board. So we can actually add planets. So we can add Jupiter there. Let's add Earth again. Let's add an asteroid. And we can then obviously get that asteroid and increase the size of it. There we go. It has become so big that it has exploded a whole lot of stuff. Now this mode itself and other similar modes, I think this has a positive element. You could probably muck around with in this. If you are a astronomer or someone that takes interest in orbits, trajectories, gravitational fields and stuff like that, this might be appealing to you. You might want to play around with this because you might have an interest in making a simulation of another solar system or something like that, or you might want to make your own one. I could see you can muck around in here for a little bit, but let me just say the interface is not nice. This interface feels like a mobile app, and obviously that's where this game has come from. This is built on a Unity engine, so I assume it's probably just a port to this with a few additional features. Now that being said, that there are positive elements within this part of the game. There are negative elements as well. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, you'd know that I don't generally dwell on the negative. I find positive in most games. Try to keep my reviews and my gameplay quite positive. There's enough negative people on YouTube and the internet, I think. So, but I think this definitely needs to be, you need to be aware of this. If you're getting this game because you want to jump on a spaceship and cross the universe, it's not going to be much fun. I mean, look at it already. You can already see visually here, it is very underwhelming. There's not much. I can shake the. I wonder if I can actually shake it over. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if I can. Let me just change the camera and let's try and shake. Go. See if we can flip this bad boy. Yes, we can. Awesome. But we can possibly still even get off the ground, I wonder. Hold on. I turned it upside down. That is amazing. Hold on, I can fix this. I've got it under control. Go. Actually, no, let's go back to this one. Let's reset this one. And I'll show you what it's like to go into space. Out. And now in space. And that, I guess this itself is what I'm trying to get at here, that these modes are pointless. I don't think they bring much to the game at all. Okay, so that's that, and now we can go land on another planet, but can we possibly put wheels down? No, we don't have any wheels, so how are we going to land? We could probably actually just land it on its rocket itself, but anyway. Let me show you a different, if you think that was maybe the only one that's like that. No. They're all bad as each other when it comes to the vehicle stuff. So I guess the question is, why would they bother putting these vehicles in here? Because they just add an element of, I guess, tackiness, unpolished, redundant features in a game which, if they just left the solar system stuff, I can understand that. I can get that. People want to muck around with that. They should have spent more time doing that, adding other features in there, maybe changing the menu system, the user interface better, than muck around with stuff like this. It just seems completely redundant. Eventually that'll fall through the planet as well. It gets a wriggle on, then it'll just disappear, as happened many times. What else? We have another screen of them here as well, so we can. Yep, we're in a van now, space van. It just, I think you can probably see visually, and what is the point? There's no point to this. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. There's no point here. It just, once again, it adds a negative vibe onto this game, which it does have positives. So once again, you could use it for educational purposes and things like that, where you want to maybe explain basic level the solar system. You could use this, load this on and put it on a projector. There you go. You could do something like that. This feature can be quite nice as well. So we can water to the earth. Scroll with the scroll mouse is terrible as well. It's really quite jerky. Temperature there. So here we go. So this is quite cool. So you could say, okay, if you're trying to putting this on a projector, you wanted to explain to a bunch of students or something, obviously very young students, what happens if we increase the temperature? All the ice is going to disappear. And you could show that with the representation. What happens when the temperature is going to drop? All the ice comes back. And what happens when the population grows? We can see that. It's pretty cool. So it has merit. There's things like this which is good. But should it be on Steam? What should the price be? Should it be free? I think if anything, it should be free. Why add all these crazy simulation things that are just terrible? I mean, there's some interesting stuff as well. You could argue that the stuff on the Steam page, that the description is an embellishment of what it actually is. Because I guess, for example, there's things where it says vehicular planetary exploration, space stations, blast off with the Mars lander, the Phoenix lander, detailed planet textures, voyage through space. I mean, this is all features that are in the game, but none of them I actually want to do because they're all done so badly. But let's take the best one here. Become a space astronaut. Okay, I want to become a space astronaut. How do I do that? I click on here, and I'm an astronaut. That is amazing. This perfectly sums up this game for me. Why bother with this? This is not something where, I guess maybe I could make it to might be someone that's really keen to use your personal jetpack to get to the moon. That would be an interesting feat. But you know what I'm saying? It just seems so pointless. There's nothing to do here. It's a sandbox which you can't do anything. And that mirrors what people have said about the previous game. So the previous game on the App Store, people said, sure, it looks nice, but ultimately it's a very empty world with nothing to do. An empty universe with nothing to do. And that's what I'm seeing here as well. This just seems like a mobile port, which adds no features which are of much benefit whatsoever. Once again, I try not to be so negative, but I'm finding it very difficult with this title. I do see positives, once again, with the kind of educational stuff. You might be able to explain it to young kids if you want to try and have a visual representation of something. There is that option here, but another one which is probably pretty interesting here is this one. So we can dissect down on Earth, which is done by this one here, I believe. There we go. So we can now toggle that. Go, and breaks apart there so we can see. But should this really be a game with just these limited features? It's debatable. I mean, there's a big debate here on regards what should be on Steam, what shouldn't be, and that is a big conversation. I'm not going to get into that here. I just wanted to show you this game, so I shall leave this little video here. I hope you benefited from it. Once again, there is slight positive with this game, with some of the features that you can muck around with stuff, but ultimately you're not going to be doing it for a long time. Be my assumption. There's not much to this game at all. It is very empty. Should this be on Steam? That's a bigger conversation. But I'll probably say if this game is free and you want to muck around with the solar system, you could give it a little go. If this game has a price tag, I would probably avoid it. There is not much here at all. So this has just been a little bit of gameplay. It's not a review. Once again, I don't really want to play this game anymore to do an in-depth review, as I don't think there's much to talk about. Don't want to get too negative here. So let me know your feedback below. Did you play the app version of this game? Am I being too harsh? Interesting to know your thoughts. Thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe for future content. Once again, check out the other reviews. I'm not normally so negative. But yeah, until next time, this is Mesh, and I'll see you later.